Hello, Coffee Radio. Yeah? Waiting for you to do your job. No, you can use your phone. You can use Messenger on your phone if you need to message me, dingbat dum dum. Just don't use text message because I can't. That sounded good. Hopefully the commercials are about that loud because usually I can't hardly hear them. Yeah, we probably should.
This is Lumberjack basketball.
There's the three. Greer comes in, takes the shot. Good. High game. Graham, yes, Harry Graham for three. Lumberjack takes a 5-point lead now.
Your home for Lumberjack basketball all season long is KOFE 1240 AM. Now with the countdown to tip-off, here's Tim Parrish.
And welcome, Lumberjack fans. Tim Parrish here at Lumberjack Gymnasium as we get set for Lumberjack basketball here on KOFE. Lumberjack boys hosting the Bonners Ferry Badgers. And what a terrible night for weather, but Bonners Ferry was able to make it here. And we are just about done with the JV game. 3:50 to go in their fourth period of play, and the game is all tied up for the JV. So there's a possibility of maybe some overtime action here for this game. We'll have to wait and see what happens in this JV game. Anyways, Lumberjack basketball on KOFE presented by Potlatch No. 1 Federal Credit Union. Potlatch No. 1 Credit Union is calling all 2018 high school graduates. P1FCU scholarship applications are now available at www.p1fcu.org/scholarship. Check out the eligibility requirements and start gathering your materials. P1FCU, happy to invest in our youth. As I said, we have about 3.5 minutes until this JV game is over. They are all tied up, though, so there's a possibility of an overtime period. Hopefully, there will not be an overtime period, though, but you never know. We will see. In that case, though, we're going to go ahead and step away. We'll take a 3-minute break and come back with more.
Carissa's Clubhouse in St. Mary's is a proud Lumberjack supporter. If you're looking for a fun, friendly daycare and preschool for your little one, call Carissa's Clubhouse at 208-582-1431. Children from 6 weeks old and up are welcome to come and play at Carissa's Clubhouse in St. Mary's. Carissa's Clubhouse offers full-time, part-time, and even drop-ins. So if you need a fun, safe, and friendly daycare or preschool for your little one, call Carissa's Clubhouse at 208-582-1431. That's 582-1431. Carissa's Clubhouse in St. Mary's.
At Les Schwab Tires, we're drivers just like you. We merge, we get stuck in traffic, we go on road trips, and we know what it means to truly rely on your car, which is why we do everything we can to make things right with you and your vehicle. From checking your brakes for free to patching up a flat when you need it. So if that sounds good to you, well, we're right there with you. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Do you have a hazardous tree on your property? Need some trees or brush removed in preparation for a home or shop? Call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing specializes in the removal of dangerous trees, pruning, thinning, and chipping. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing also has a bucket truck for those hard-to-reach areas. So if you're in need of some thinning, tree removal, and site preparation, Call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing at 208-582-2134. That's 208-582-2134. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing proudly sponsors this Lumberjack Sports broadcast.
Archie's IGA is not only a proud supporter of Lumberjack sports, but a proud supporter of the St. Mary's community and shopping locally. When you shop local, you help businesses support other local businesses, as well as helping your local businesses to provide jobs. Did you know that local business taxes help maintain communities and counties by fixing roads and maintaining recreational facilities? Local business owners invest in the community and have a vested interest in the future of our community. So won't you help Archie's IGA by supporting your local businesses and shop locally? Oh yeah, and let's not forget those lumberjacks.
Tired of the same old thing for dinner? Want something different without having to clean up afterwards? Stop by Cabin City Q Smokehouse in St. Mary's for some of the best barbecue around. Cabin City Q has the biggest, tastiest hamburgers around, as well as smoked chicken, brisket, ribs, and prime rib on Fridays. Cabin City Q also has a terrific salad bar. Cabin City Q also serves breakfast. That's Cabin City Q, located at 2242 West Idaho Avenue in St. Mary's. Give them a call at 208-245-0785 or stop by today. That's Cabin City Q Smokehouse in St. Mary's.
Your good neighbor, Jack's Pharmacy, wants you to know that if you have need for durable medical supplies, Jack's has them in stock. Walkers, wheelchairs, lift chairs, hospital beds, and more. All items are for sale, and everything but the lift chair can be rented. So you see, Jack's Pharmacy is your full-service good neighbor pharmacy. From gifts to prescriptions to durable medical supplies, Jack's Pharmacy is your good neighbor pharmacy. So stop by and see Chad or any of the fine folks at Jack's Pharmacy and let them help you. Jack's Pharmacy in St. Mary's.
Jack Buell Trucking knows that there are few things as important as wise use of our natural resources. And by utilizing the chips in the
And we are back here on the countdown to tip-off for Lumberjack basketball as your St. Mary's Lumberjack boys get set to take on the Bonners Ferry Badgers in a non-league matchup. 2:07 to go in the JV game, and the score 55-51 in favor of the JV Lumberjacks. So the JV Lumberjacks have stretched their lead out just a little bit over the Badgers and given themselves some breathing room here in the late parts of this game. And like I said, St. Mary's basketball on KOFE is presented by Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union right here in St. Mary's. We've got the Senior Spotlight coming up right now. We have our Senior Spotlight with Glover Buell. And we have St. Mary's Lumberjack Senior Glover Buell for today's Senior Spotlight. Glover, which sports do you play? Which is your favorite and why is it?
I play football and basketball is my favorite because just how close the team is.
All right. What do you like about playing sports? What don't you like, and what have you learned?
I like sports because it creates a special bond between you and your teammates. I don't like the conditioning, and I've learned always give it your all because it doesn't last forever.
All right. What are your goals in your last year in high school, both on and off the field or the court?
Win state and graduate.
Those are plain and simple and good goals as well. We are talking with Lumberjack Senior Glover Buell. We'll take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back with more.
Jack Buell Trucking knows that there are few things as important as wise use of our natural resources. And by utilizing the chips in the manufacturing of lumber, that is exactly what is accomplished. If you look beyond the wood chips, you see an entire community of schools, churches, and businesses, and most importantly, people. Jack Buell Trucking believes in responsible harvesting of our natural resources. After all, when you take a close look, those aren't just chips, they're an entire community. Jack Buell Trucking. Wanted, the St. Mary's Booster Club is wanting new members to continue to help support our sports programs. Do you know that the Booster Club spends approximately $20,000 a year investing in our high school athletes, coaches, and sports facilities? All monies are raised through memberships, barbecues, and the Hall of Fame banquet and auction. All monies raised this year will be used in the 2017-2018 school year booster budget. To become a member or for more information, call Lynn Masterson at 568-1802. That's 568-1802, and go Lumberjacks!
Mountain Plating is a premier hard chrome plating facility, and it is located right here in St. Mary's. Mountain Plating was established in 1997 as one of the first hard chrome plating facilities in Idaho, and it services a wide variety of industries nationwide. These industries include manufacturing, food processing, agriculture, mining, environmental, and the timber industries. Mountain Plating is committed to providing the highest quality chrome plating and customer service in the industry, and is locally owned and operated by Donnie Masterson. Give him a call today at 208-245-7104. Go Lumberjacks!
Looking for a new
And this is a senior spotlight here.
Do you rig? You're in luck because Dell's Used Cars has your next truck. Dell's has the best variety of pre-owned trucks in one location anywhere south of the internet. Any make, any model, and new inventory arriving daily. Dell's also will take your trade-in, paid for or not. Financing available through Potlatch, Spokane Teachers, Numerica, and a handful of other lenders offering the most competitive interest rates available in the market today. Dell staff is laid back and knowledgeable and ready to answer any of your questions. Come into Dell's Used Cars, located at 1818 North 4th Street in Coeur d'Alene, or visit their website at dellscars.com. Dell's Used Cars, doing things different since 1974.
And we have St. Mary's Lumberjack senior Glover Buell for today's senior spotlight. Glover, which sports do you play? Which is your favorite and why is it?
I play football and basketball is my favorite because just how close the team is.
All right. What do you like about playing sports? What don't you like, and what have you learned?
I like sports because it creates a special bond between you and your teammates. I don't like the conditioning, and I've learned always give it your all because it doesn't last forever.
All right. What are your goals in your last year in high school, both on and off the field or the court?
Win state and graduate.
Those are plain and simple and good goals as well. We are talking with Lumberjack senior Glover Buell. We'll take a 2-minute break and we'll be back.
That guy.
All right. What would you say is your most memorable moment so far?
Winning state.
For all your plumbing needs, call Nick's Plumbing and Heating. With Nick's professional staff, you can be assured of guaranteed quality products, installation, service, and repair of all of your plumbing. So if you have plumbing needs or problems, call the good folks at Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Call 245-5460. That's 245-5460. Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Installation, service, and repair when you need it. Nick's Plumbing and Heating, St. Mary's. Wondering how to manage your retirement nest egg? How big should it be when you retire? Contact Jenny Oaks of Premier Financial Services to get the answers to these and all your other financial questions. The securities and insurance products from Premier Financial Services are offered through Linsco Private Ledger Financial and its affiliates, and they are a member of FINRA SIPC. With over 30 years of financial planning, give Jenny Oaks a call at Premier Financial Services today. The guidance is free. The experience is priceless. Call 245-5255.
The new year is here, and that means new goals and broken resolutions. It also means red-hot buys at Hughes Ace Hardware in St. Mary's. Time to replace some light bulbs? Buy one, get one free Ace LED bulb 4-packs or floodlight 2-packs. Ace brand wild bird food is on sale as well. Buy one 20-pound bag and get a bag of premium songbird bird food for free. It's also time to take down and store those holiday decorations. And Hughes Ace Hardware is the place to go for all of your storage needs, from totes to shelves. It's all at Hughes Ace Hardware in St. Mary's.
And we are...
You always hear on the radio, cross the bridge to savings. But it's true. St. Mary's Harvest Foods has what you need when you need it. And if you don't see it, then just ask one of the friendly staff and they will gladly help you find what you need. You always hear on the radio, cross the bridge to savings. But it's true. St. Mary's Harvest Foods has what you need when you need it. And if you don't see it, then just ask one of the friendly staff and they will gladly help you find what you need. From meat, super fresh produce, and dairy, St. Mary's Harvest Foods will save you big on the things you need the most. No time to cook tonight? Then check out the hot deli for something quick for dinner. St. Mary's Harvest Foods, where you truly can cross the bridge to savings.
Afraid to touch that breaker box? Need some rewiring done? Call the professionals at M&S Electric. With nearly 40 years experience.
And I kind of goofed up on that interview there. I didn't realize until about halfway through the last part of it that I had reversed it to the beginning of it. So you got to listen to the very first part of the interview twice, and I apologize for that. I'm still kind of doing double duty here, getting things all figured out. As you may or may not remember, for the girls basketball game on Tuesday, we mentioned that we now have a live video stream as well of the Lumberjack games, and the place you go to find the video stream is on YouTube, and you just search KOFE AM 12 or no KOFE 1240 AM, and it'll take you right to our live stream of video as well. And you can pull it up on your phone, you can pull it up anywhere like that. So we've got video, we've got an audio stream online as well, and that is if that's up. We were having some internet issues at the office and studio this evening, so I don't know if the audio stream is still running or not, but there's multiple ways now for home games especially that you can listen to Lumberjack Sports here on KOFE or watch them, because at this point our video stream is only going to be for home games. So for basketball, I don't really have a way set up to have internet for football games, and some of that stuff is a whole nother set of issues in getting different feeds and stuff set up. So basketball home games right now are live on YouTube. So KOFE 1240 AM to find that. Let's see, where were we? We are here in St. Mary's. The Lumberjack boys have just come out onto the floor, and to start their warm-up, as you can probably hear the Lumberjack band ramping up in the background here, playing the Lumberjack fight song, and Barners Ferry already here warming up as well as we get the countdown to tip-off in full swing here from Lumberjack Gymnasium. Let's see, what else do we have? I think that's about it on that side. So let's go ahead and get into our countdown to tip-off as we'll take a look at the league so far for the Lumberjacks and the 2A Central Idaho League standings, which includes St. Mary's, Grangeville, and Orofino. And St. Mary's is currently sitting with a 7-1 record. They are 1-0 in league play. Lumberjacks currently ranked 4th in the Idaho Sports Power Rankings. Last game for the Lumberjacks was a victory over Grangeville, 75-61. The Grangeville Bulldogs, they are sitting at a 6-4 record. They are 8th in the power rankings on idahosports.com. Their last game, of course, was against St. Mary's, and tonight they are hosting Kendrick. For the Orofino Maniacs, they are having a rough go of it this season. They are 0-8 on the season, currently ranked 20th in the power rankings. Their last game was a 53-41 loss to Horseshoe Bend. Tonight they host Clearwater Valley to try to get their first win of the season for the Maniacs. So they're having a really tough season so far. Looking at other power ranking numbers, it is like this. First, second, and third place in the power rankings on Idaho Sports is Declo, Ryrie, and Aberdeen. So that is, and then you have St. Mary's following them in 4th. So that's where we are in league standings. Taking a look at the Lumberjacks this season, St. Mary's beat Barners Ferry, who they are playing tonight. Earlier in the season, they beat them on December the 21st by a score of 62-49. In that game, Jackson Pritchard put up 21 points. It says Dan Howard played in that game. I didn't think he was back yet, but they had stats for him. So 13 points for Howard, and Glover Buell had 10 points in that first matchup against the Badgers. I already mentioned the last game for St. Mary's was the 75-61 win over Grangeville. And coming up on Saturday, it is a quad match here in St. Mary's where the Lumberjacks will be hosting the Orofino Maniacs. And I believe the first game is JV girls starting at noon. We will have both varsity matchups here on KOFE. So we'll have a full day of basketball action from Lumberjack Gymnasium on Saturday. Just an idea of what the Lumberjack boys have faced so far this season. 7 of their 8 first games of the season have been on the road. So they have only had 1 home game in that stretch. And some of that, 2 games they were supposed to have home games, but they were canceled or postponed due to weather conditions. So the Lumberjacks have already played, really they've played the bulk of their road season already, and the nice thing is they have 8 straight home games in a row coming up. So lots of home games here for the Lumberjacks. And just an update for all of you Lumberjack fans, the big one is coming up. Brawl for the Ball is on January the 20th. That is next weekend. And it is right here in St. Mary's this year. The Kellogg Wildcats will be in town to take on the Lumberjacks, and St. Mary's will be looking to try to win the ball back from Kellogg. Kellogg won the ball last season. Well, we are about 11 minutes till tip-off. We'll take a 2-minute break and come back with more of the countdown to tip-off.
Afraid to touch that breaker box? Need some rewiring done? Call the professionals at M&S Electric. With nearly 40 years experience, there's no job too big or too small. From industrial and commercial to residential and service work, M&S Electric isn't afraid. Serving Bennewash, Shoshone, Kootenai, and Latah counties, M&S Electric has you covered. Overhead work? M&S can do that too with their bucket truck. M&S Electric, 408 Main Avenue, St. Mary's. Give them a call, 208-245-3890. No job too big, no job too small. We do them all. M&S Electric.
Have you ever noticed that some companies are around for decades and you really don't notice them until you actually see them? Kenneth Bechtel Trucking is one of these. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking has been a fixture in St. Mary's for decades and still is a community-involved business. Take the time to thank these entrepreneurs that quietly make it on their own and make our community all the better for it. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking. Give them a call today at 245-7209. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking, a community staple and Lumberjack supporter. Good luck, Jacks.
During these cold days of winter, Napa Auto Parts has all your vehicle needs. Diesel and gas additives, aerosol windshield de-icer, thermoweight gas line antifreeze. All are Napa's Mac brand products. Antifreeze, CRC airline antifreeze, snowmobile oils and belts, and of course Napa brand batteries for autos to snowmobiles. So stop by Napa Auto Parts today for all your cold weather additive needs. And while you're there, get your windshield wipers changed by their knowledgeable staff. Napa Auto Parts. They're not just a parts store, they're your friends. Napa Auto Parts, St. Mary's.
St. Mary's Real.
And we are back here.
T is a St. Mary's icon. Why? Because they are a team. They work for you. And they've been a team for many years. Whether you are buying your first home, looking for a recreational cabin, or selling your current home, St. Mary's Realty puts their team on it for you. So stop in or give them a call today at 245-4502 and let their team be your team. That's St. Mary's Realty at 726 Main Avenue, St. Mary.
Lumberjack Gymnasium, 9 minutes until this game gets underway. And you're listening to the countdown to tip-off here on KOFE. Presented to you by Potlatch Federal Credit Union. What's your New Year's resolution? P1FCU is excited to help their members continue reaching their financial goals in 2018, whether it's managing debt, becoming a homeowner, or upgrading vehicles, or simply getting the hang of budgeting. P1FCU is there to help no matter the situation. Also, I want to give a big thank you, and I forgot to do this at the last game, a big shout out to Joseph Doherty of Mend Your Computer Services in St. Mary's. He has been a huge help in helping us get our online stream up and running for the video side of this thing. And I just want to give you a thank you to him. And if you need any computer work, go see Joseph Doherty at Mend Your Computer Services. He's located inside the Paper House on Main Street. Now back to some countdown to tip-off and our numbers for offense for the Lumberjacks. They are averaging 64 points per game on the season. I have stats for just 4 games because that's the games that I have broadcast out of the 8 they've played. The Lumberjacks have been shooting in those 4 games 45% from the floor, 37% from three-point range, and 60% from the free throw line. They're also averaging 10 assists per game, 10 offensive rebounds per game, and just 8 turnovers. Leading scorers so far is Dan Howard, averaging around 18 points a game, Jackson Pritchard at 17 points a game, and Glover Buell at 11 points per game. In the game against Grangeville last weekend, Dan Howard scored 20 points. He also had 5 rebounds, offensive rebounds. Caden Hammond had 14 points with 5 assists. Jackson Pritchard had 14 points with 4 assists, and Glover Buell had 12 points with 3 assists. And another player that steps up big in some of these games is freshman Eli Gibson. He put up 5 points in that game against Grangeville. One of them was a 3-point shot. So that's a look at the Lumberjacks offensively. Defensively, the Lumberjacks are averaging around 7 steals per game and 20 defensive rebounds. They're also averaging 21 fouls per game, which is one of the main numbers that the Lumberjacks need to see down a little bit. Of course, I'd like to talk to Coach Chase about those numbers and see what he feels about them, because if they are hustle plays and just the guys playing very aggressive defense, which I think some of it is, then it can be somewhat acceptable, but it can also hurt you in close games. So foul shots for the opposing teams is a big deal. So I'm sure Coach Chase would like to see the players playing aggressive but not cross that cusp of aggressiveness to where they're committing that many fouls. They're also averaging around 3 blocked shots per game. In the rebounding side of things, Dan Howard is averaging 8 rebounds a game. Kevin Duffield is averaging 5, and Tyler Lohman was averaging 9 per game, but he is still out currently, I do believe. I think he'll be returning probably next week for some Lumberjack to be able to play again. Lumberjacks have been playing pretty good defensively, and like anything, there is always room for improvement, though. So it's going to be interesting to see where this team goes throughout the rest of the season. But right now, they are on a pretty good roll, and they have a lot of momentum at the moment. We've got 5 minutes until tip-off. We will take, well, we'll just keep it right here for right now. We'll look at the Bonners Ferry Badgers real quick. They are out of the 3A Intermountain League. They have Kellogg, Priest River, and Timberlake in their league. The Bonners were picked to finish in 3rd place in the Intermountain League in the Idaho Sports Coaches Poll. That is the preseason coaches poll, where they poll the coaches in that league to see where they feel they're going to place. They are coached by Andy Rice. Last year, the Badgers were 8-13. This year, they have a 6-5 record. They are 1-0 in league. They are ranked 9th in the 3A power rankings. Their last game was a 66-41 victory over Priest River. In that last game against St. Mary's, here's some of the scoring. We had Chris Sabin. He had 16 points for the Badgers. Seth Bateman had 10 points in that game. Tonight, Lumberjacks are going to need to try not to commit too many fouls and try to see that number go down a little bit more. They were at 24 fouls per game a little while back. Free throw shooting could be key, as St. Mary's has been starting to come up on the free throw shooting side of things, as they are shooting right about 60% from the free throw line now, so not too bad. Like to see that number a bit higher, though, and I expect to see St. Mary's running a high up-tempo style again tonight like they have all season. A couple of other quick numbers just to compare the teams. Bonners Ferry Badgers averaging 59 points per game. They are giving up right around 56 points per game to opponents. The Lumberjacks, they average 64 points per game, and they are averaging 54 points per game given up to opponents, so not too bad there. Lumberjacks 45% from the field, 37% from three-point range, 60% from the free throw line, averaging 30 rebounds per game and 10 assists per game. And with that being said, we'll go ahead and take a 3-minute break, and we'll come back probably just in time for the national anthem.
Are your friends and family tired of sleeping with Fido when they visit? Maybe Fido's tired of sleeping with them. Either way, the Pines Motel is there to save the day. With large, spacious rooms, comfortable beds, and even a mini fridge, Fido may get jealous. Save the floor for Fido and call Kevin of the Pines Motel at 245-2545. That's the Pines Motel in St. Mary's. I'm sure your friends and family would appreciate it, and so would Fido. Cold weather's here, and 10th Street Lumber will help keep you warm. From super premium pellets to energy logs and fireplaces, 10th Street Lumber is your heating headquarters. North Idaho energy logs and stove pellets are the best of the best. 100% natural with no chemicals, and they burn cleaner, hotter, and longer. If you need a new stove, 10th Street Lumber is a proud Kuma stove supplier. Kuma wood stoves are made right here in Idaho and are some of the best on the market. 10th Street Lumber in St. Mary. Stop by today. 10th Street Lumber located at 10th and Railroad Avenue in St. Mary's. Outdoor enthusiasts, turn your dreams of adventure into reality with a Yamaha Wolverine 2-seat or new Wolverine X4 4-seat side-by-side at St. Mary's Saw and Cycle. Both are proven off-road capable, comfortable, and confidence-inspiring. With compact yet roomy designs and exclusive Ultramatic transmissions and on-command 4-wheel drive systems. Visit St. Mary's Saw and Cycle. Yamaha Wolverine's proven off-road to help you realize your adventure. Always protect the environment and wear your seatbelt, helmet, eye protection, and protective clothing. Read the owner's manual and product warning labels before operation. Why should you stop at 10th Street Superstop? Well, because Kenny's a nice guy. Actually, no. Never mind. Yes, Kenny is nice, but that's not the reason. You should stop at 10th Street Superstop for all your livestock feeds and pet feed needs. 10th Street Superstop carries all the top brands. Did I mention Kenny's a nice guy? Oh, and they also have a large assortment of snacks and beverages just for you. 10th Street Superstop for all your farm, garden, and hunger needs. And by the way, Kenny's really a nice guy. 10th Street Superstop in St. Mary's. Just because. Those are two very powerful words that can rekindle any spirit. Just because can move mountains and reignite the heart. It doesn't have to be a birthday, an anniversary, or even Christmas to show that special someone in your life just how much you really do care. Show them with a piece of jewelry from Saks, from simple diamond earrings to a beautiful new purse. And do it just because. It's an occasion all its own, with its own unique meaning. Visit Saks for fine jewelry, fashion jewelry, sunglasses, and more. That's Saks on Main Street in St. Mary's, open 10 to 6. Have you scheduled your...
And we... And we are back as we are just about ready for the national anthem and to get this game underway. And I think we'll be standing up the national anthem. Lumberjack band will be playing the national anthem. We're going to turn up our crowd mic to get the national anthem. By the St. Mary's High School Pep Band under the direction of Mr. Wood. And that was the national anthem performed by the St. Mary's Lumberjack Band here at Lumberjack Gymnasium. Now we're going to get some starting lineups for you. And I'm going to try to get all Lumberjacks marked off here on my list so I know my starters for them. So now we got the starters first for the visiting Bonners Ferry Badgers. It will be starting number 3, 6-foot senior Chris Sabin. Number 5, 6'1" junior Seth Bateman. Number 12, 6-foot Dylan Hiddle. Number 23, 6'2" senior Payson Pluid. And number 33, 6-foot senior Brady Bateman. The Badgers are coached by Andy Rice. Now the starting lineup for your hometown, St. Mary's Lumberjacks. It will be starting 6'2" junior guard, Coy Sands. Number 21, 6'1" junior guard, Jackson Pritchard. Number 32, 6'3" senior post, Glover Buell. Actually, I've got one of them wrong on here. I apologize. We've got number 4, 6'5" post, Kevin Duffield is starting. We've got a whole different number of starters. I thought I had the right ones. Let me get these right. We have number 4, Kevin Duffield. Number 3, Mikey Bassett. Number 15, Coy Sands. I was all excited, thought I had it all right. And we have number 32, Glover Buell. And number 33, Caden Hammond starting for the Lumberjacks. Here I was getting all excited, getting into my starting lineups, and I had them wrong. In any case, Lumberjacks coached by Brian Chase, and he is assisted by Mr. Chris Asbury. Lumberjacks in their home white jerseys. The Bonners Ferry Badgers in their blue jerseys. Lumberjacks will be going left to right, and the Badgers right to left. Duffield going up against Bateman, and the Badgers control the opening tip. It is number 3, Sabin. He kicks it down into the corner. That's to Bateman, now backing around the horn to the far corner. And it is Sabin. He's going to launch the 3, and it is up and good to get the scoring started. Chris Sabin with 3 points. Lumberjacks back the other way, and a nice feed into Kevin Duffield. He lays it up and in. St. Mary's up, or not up, but St. Mary's with 2 points. And quickly we have a whistle, number 23. That is Payson Pluid, and he comes out. I don't know what happened to him, but he is a little shaken up. They have to get a substitution in for him, and it looks like it's Reese Bell. So the Badgers inbound. Lumberjacks putting on a bit of a press. I think there was an assist. No, I'll just leave it right it is. Mikey Bassett gets a steal, though. St. Mary's back on offense. Coy Sands on the left wing. He's going to drive up, in, shot up, and good by Coy Sands. Score 4-3. St. Mary's takes a 1-point lead. Lumberjacks back into the press, and the Badgers get it down across the timeline. Driving in, they pass it to the post to number 33. That's Bateman. He can't get an open shot, so he backs it out. Now back out on the corner. 3 ball on the way, no good. Rebound to Bassett. And then a whistle, as I think Bassett had the ball ripped out of his hands on the fight for the ball. And then Bassett fouled number 33, Brady Bateman. So that puts Bateman to the free throw line. Bateman's first shot is short. Score stays 4-3. St. Mary's on top here in the early parts of this game. Next, waiting for the next shot. It is on the way. That one is no good as well. The rebound goes to Coy Sands, and the Lumberjacks take it the other way. Caden Hammond takes it down across the timeline, kicks it to Duffield on the wing. Duffield finds Glover Buell cutting. Buell for the shot from the low post. It's no good, but there is a rebound to Caden Hammond. Lumberjacks reset their offense. Coy Sands kicks it into Duffield. Duffield spin off the glass, no good. This time the rebound goes to the Badgers. Quickly back down the floor. Sabin here in the corner on the near side. Cross-court pass, and they feed it back in. Ball comes loose. Turnover on the Badgers. St. Mary's back the other way. Caden Hammond feeds it over the top to Glover Buell. Buell inside, shot up and good. Caden Hammond with the assist. Glover Buell with the deuce. The score is 6-3 and a timeout taken by the Badgers. 6:09 to go in the first. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Medicare wellness visit, Benoit Community Hospital is here to help. If you've had Medicare Part B for longer than 12 months, you can get this visit to develop or update a personalized prevention health plan. The best part is, you pay nothing for yearly Medicare wellness visits. Call 245-2591 today to take advantage of your Medicare wellness benefits. The St. Mary's Family Medicine Office is open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 245-2591. Have you scheduled your Medicare wellness visit? Benoit Community Hospital.
And we are back after the timeout by the Badgers. St. Mary's leads 6-3. The Badgers bringing it down the floor on offense. 6:04 to go in the first period. It's into the hands of Hiddle here on the near side. He tries to kick it inside. It's going to be taken away by Duffield on the steal. Third turnover against the Badgers. St. Mary's resets up their offense, getting a three ball on the way by Glover Buell. No good. Duffield on the rebound. The putback is up and good. Lumberjacks up 8-3 as they put the press on. Badgers break it, coming down for the shot, no good, and Glover Buell on the rebound. Lumberjacks take it back the other way. Kicking it out to Hammond on the right wing. Hammond takes it towards the point, drives into the paint, has the ball stripped out. They're going to call a charge against Caden Hammond. They put a three up on the board. Well, I don't know if they've, there, they got it now. 2 fouls against St. Mary's. Mikey Bassett's going to come out. Entering the game is Jackson Pritchard. I think Hump and Dan Howard's playing today. He's got his warm-up still on down on the bench. Badgers bringing the ball down the floor. It's into Sabin, now around the top and around to the wing on the, down into the corner on the far side of the floor. That is the right side. Now back up to the top into the hands of Hiddle. Hiddle. They bounce pass into the free throw line. That is a shot up by number 23, no good. 23 is Pluid, rebound to Duffield. Lumberjacks taking it back down the floor. They try to feed it down inside to Glover Buell, and either Glover wasn't quite expecting it or it was a little bit hot and he couldn't handle it. In any case, it's a turnover, St. Mary's. Again, a little bit of pressure from the Lumberjacks on the inbound. It's not Pluid, it was Coy Sands getting up to affect that pass. Caden Hammond comes away with it, tries to put up a shot, it's no good. The offensive board by Glover Buell after the shot by Hammond. And then we have a foul on the ensuing rebound, and that foul goes against the Lumberjacks. That one is against Caden Hammond as well, and that is his second foul in the game. Third foul against the Lumberjacks. Badgers going to inbound. Caden Hammond comes out. Caden Green goes in. Lumberjack showing full court pressure once again. Bringing it down the floor is Seamus Ryan for the Badgers. He kicks it back to Sabin. Now back to Ryan. They're trying to get it across the timeline. Finally they do. Back to Ryan. Ryan stutters at the three-point line. Kicks out to number 23, Pluid. And Pluid drives and has to kick the ball back out. Now we get a three ball on the way by Ryan. No good. Rebound, Coy Sands. Lumberjacks back the other way. It's into the hands of Sands. Sands drives, loses the handle, going to get a kickball called. And I think the kickball is called against the Badgers. St. Mary's will inbound from underneath their own basket. In comes to the top to Coy. Coy to Pritchard. Pritchard on the wing on the left. Now back to Coy and around the horn. Green tries to drive in and kicks it back out. Now they get it into Buell. Buell spins. Nice looking jump shot. Won't go. Rebound goes to the Badgers. According to my numbers, that's only the second rebound for the Badgers. 8-3 the score. 3:36 to go. St. Mary's up in the first period. Badgers kick it to the corner. Now back to the wing. Into the hands of Hiddle. Hiddle back to the wing. I believe that's Ryan. Now we get a whistle and a foul called, and I think that's St. Mary's 4th foul. Trying to see who that foul goes against. They say that foul goes against number 4, and that is against 4. That's Duffield. It's his first, team's 4th, and in comes Mikey Bassett for the Lumberjacks. Inbound pass comes in, shot up, no good. Rebound Buell. And then a foul called against the Badgers. That's the Badgers' first foul. That one goes against Pluid. Lumberjacks will inbound. Badgers have a full court, not really a full court. They got a press on, but I'm not sure if they're going to stick in it. They really back out of it fairly quickly. Coy Sands across the timeline. Cross-court pass to Bassett. Bassett down to Pritchard. Now back to Coy. Coy Sands for 3, and it's just short. Fight for the rebound, and it looks like St. Mary's came up with it. Glover Buell puts it up and in. Now back the other way. Lumberjacks trying to get the takeaway. Badgers able to keep the ball. Driving on the far side is Hiddle. He backs it back out. Cross-court pass. Now down to the post and inside. Shot up, no good, but he gets his own rebound. That was number 33. Another shot up and no good. And the rebound to Caden Green. Lumberjacks back on offense. Inside to Buell. Buell just in the short corner. Drives. Stutter step once he gets into the paint. Off on the shot. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touched by St. Mary's. 2:28 to go in the first. 10-3. St. Mary's up. Ever since the Badgers dropped the first points through the bucket with that three-pointer, Lumberjacks have gone on a 10-0 run. Lumberjacks back out of their press. The Badgers bringing it down across the timeline. High pass, now down into the corner. Now they kick it to the top and inside. Nice ball movement by the Badgers. And the ball is going to get tied up by Caden Green. And it's a jump ball called. Possession St. Mary's. 2:12 to go in the first. 10-3 the score. St. Mary's up. Lumberjacks hosting the Bonners Ferry Badgers. You're listening on KOFE 1240 St. Mary's in St. Mary's. Non-league game here. Then we get a backcourt violation on St. Mary's. That was on Jackson Pritchard. Not quite aware of where they were on the floor on that one. So the Badgers will inbound. Bringing it down for Bonners Ferry is Chris Sabin. He kicks it down to the wing on the right side. That's into the hands of Bateman. Back to the top to Sabin. Sabin looks for a screen, comes to the near side. Triggers the long three. It's in and out. Mikey Bassett gets the rebound. Lumberjacks back the other way. Green to Sands. Sands on the wing on the left. Kicks it across court to Bassett. Now back to Sands. Sands working from the top. He's being guarded right now by Bateman. Looks like a man-to-man defense for the Badgers. Now back to Pritchard. Pritchard, little shake. Gets some room. Still can't get an open three. Kicks it out to Mikey Bassett instead. Bassett for 3. It's off the back of the iron. It's no good. Rebound to the Badgers. Badgers quickly down the floor. Driving from the far side. Shot is up and in. And that was, I believe, Hiddle with his first points of the game. 10-5 is the score, under a minute. Quick 2 from Pritchard down the other way. It's no good. Rebound goes to the Badgers. Badgers bring it across the timeline, then slow things down. Hiddle to the corner to Bateman. Bateman feeds it inside. Now back out to Bateman. Bateman for 3. It's well short. Rebound, though, to the Badgers. And a jump ball called. I'm not sure who got the held ball on that one, but it was the Lumberjacks. The possession does favor the Badgers, though. 39 seconds to go in the first period. Badgers inbound from underneath. Hiddle kicks it in. Now around to the top to Bateman. Bateman drives. Shot is up and it rolls in. Bateman with his first 2 points of the game. Lumberjacks get it down across the timeline, down to Buell. Buell in the short corner. Buell back to the top to Sands. Lumberjacks slowing things down to play for the last shot here. 10-7 as the Badgers have cut into that lead. Sands to Pritchard. Pritchard guarded closely, though. Can't get any separation. Kicks it back out to Sands. Sands looking for room to run, drives in, and a blocking foul going to be called against the Badgers. That foul goes against Hiddle. His first, team's second foul. 5 seconds to go in the first period. St. Mary's, Coy Sands going to trigger it into Glover. Glover to Hammond. Hammond to Bassett. Bassett in the corner. 1 second. Three-pointer on the way by Buell at the buzzer. Just off the mark. Won't fall through. The score at the end of 1, St. Mary's 10, the Badgers 7. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Have you scheduled your Medicare wellness visit? Benoit Community Hospital is here to help. If you've had Medicare Part B for longer than 12 months, you can get this visit to develop or update a personalized prevention health plan. The best part is, you pay nothing for yearly Medicare wellness visits. Call 245-2591 today to take advantage of your Medicare wellness benefits. The St. Mary's Family Medicine Office is open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 245-2591.
And you're listening to Lumberjack basketball right here on KOFE 1240 in St. Mary's. Lumberjack boys taking on the Bonners Ferry Badgers at Lumberjack Gymnasium. And 10-7 after the first period of play. St. Mary's shot 45% from the floor in that first period, and the Badgers just 28%. But the Badgers able to cut it to just a 3-point lead. Lumberjacks will get the possession to start the second period. Jackson Pritchard will trigger the inbound pass. Dan Howard has entered the game for the Lumberjacks, his first action of the night. Coy Sands brings it down across the timeline. Now he's taking it to the left side. Actually, the right side, I should say. Kicks it into Pritchard. Pritchard closely guarded by Sabin. Now to Howard. Howard, short corner, drives the baseline. Kicks it across court and out to Green. Green can't get open. Back to Pritchard, and they reset. High pass into Sands. Sands tries to go up through Timber. Can't get the shot to go, but he will be fouled. And Coy Sands will step to the free throw line. I think that was Pluid. That is his second foul. Coy Sands shooting right around 50% from the charity stripe on the season. First shot is up. It's going to fall through. 11-7, St. Mary's up over the Badgers. Checking in for the Badgers, Kendall Stone. Coming out is Payson Pluid. Waiting for Coy's second shot. It's on the way. Nice touch. It's up and good. 12-7. St. Mary's back into a press. Looks like a zone press. Badgers getting it down towards the timeline. Still haven't crossed it. Now they get it down. No look pass here to the near side to Seamus Ryan. Ryan now back to the free throw line. That is Bateman. Bateman puts the shot up and good. I didn't see if that was which Bateman it was. I'm pretty sure that was Seth Bateman. Lumberjacks back the other way. Jackson Pritchard, quick three, no good. Duffield tries the putback. It is no good, and a whistle blows. And I think Duffield was fouled trying for that putback. That is foul number 4 against the Badgers. That one goes against Seth Bateman. I'm not sure who the other foul was against, but I'm going to go ahead and click my tablet and give him that one. Duffield misses the first free throw. Duffield shooting 63% from the charity stripe. 7:06 to go in the first. The score 12-9. St. Mary's up. Next shot up, no good. Rebound to the Badgers. The Badgers bringing it down the floor quickly, driving in. Shot is up and no good. Rebound picked up by the Badgers. They'll reset. That was Bateman trying to get inside with a nice little move. Couldn't finish the play though. So they reset. Top of the key around the horn now. It is down to Sabin, who is scoreless so far in the game. No, he's got 3 points. Now a three ball from the corner. It's no good. Dan Howard tips out the rebound. Coy Sands controls it down to the top of the key. Now to Howard now to Pritchard. Pritchard for three, and Pritchard drops down the three with the feed from Caden Green. 15-9 the score. Pritchard falls to the ground, maybe trying to get the foul too, didn't get it. Some pretty nice ball movement there by the Badgers this time. 2 shots put up though, no good after the offensive board. And finally, Lumberjacks come away with it. Coy Sands, I believe, with the rebound. Coy Sands drives into the left side of the blocks, no good on the shot. Rebound to the Badgers, they'll bring it back down the floor. Seamus Ryan, he tries to drive, backs back out, kicks the ball out. Now it's up to the top of the key and around to the right side. That's into the hands of Pluid. Now back to the top to Hiddle. Hiddle drives along the baseline, or along the blocks. No good on the shot. Rebound Duffield. St. Mary's back the other way. Jackson Pritchard again from three. This time from the right side. It's up and good. 18-9. Lumberjacks back into the press as they have a lead. Glover Buell getting set to check back in. No look pass down here to the near side to Stone. Stone short on his shot. Lumberjacks can't track down the rebound. It's going to go out of bounds off of St. Mary's. So the Badgers will keep the possession. Glover Buell checks in for the Jacks as not Pritchard, Kevin Duffield comes off the floor. A few changes in personnel for the Badgers too. Brady Bateman comes in. I think Seth Bateman has gone out for right now. As the Badgers set up their next offensive possession. Driving in from the top is Pluid. He kicks it out to the corner. Now back to the wing, now to the corner. And back to the top. Now into the hands of Brady Bateman. He's going to drive, and he's going to get tangled up with Howard. Howard going to get called for his first foul. Team's fifth in the first half. 4 fouls for the Badgers. They called it on the floor, so the Badgers will inbound from underneath. Looks like a man-to-man for the Badgers, or the Lumberjacks. Shot was up, no good. Rebound by Howard, and the Jacks back down on attack. It is Pritchard. He's looking for opening for three. It's just off the mark. Rebound to Bonners Ferry. Pass going down the floor is going to be tipped out of bounds. Last touch by St. Mary's. And St. Mary's, or the Badgers, will inbound from side court. They kick it into Bateman. Bateman now over to, I believe, Pluid. Now back to the top. Hiddle to Sabin. Sabin contested three, no good. Offensive board goes to, or defensive board goes to St. Mary's. Glover Buell is able to get the rebound. Then they find Pritchard. Pritchard for the shot, no good from the short corner. The rebound was to the Badgers. They turned it back over. St. Mary's has it. Coy Sands from the baseline can't get the shot to go. Rebound goes to the Badgers, and we get a timeout taken by the Badgers. And we'll see how long it is. It is a full timeout. 4:01 to go. St. Mary's up 18-9. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Winter is here, and it's time to get your animals ready for the winter weather. XXX Feeds in St. Mary's has what you need to keep all your critters comfortable in the cold temperatures. From trough heaters, straw, to insulated horse blankets, your animals large and small need extra attention just like you. So don't forget, while you're stacking your winter firewood, your furry family members need winterizing also. Also, don't forget the wild critters. XXX Feed has wild bird food, deer feed, and game blocks. See XXX Feeds in St. Mary's today, because winter ain't gonna wait. Looking for that perfect shot of your athlete in action? Always too busy cheering them on to take your own? Check out Michelle Davenport of MD Photography. MD Photography specializes in catching that perfect action shot. Whether it's high school, middle school, or somewhere in between, MD Photography is the photographer of choice. Composites, action shots, and special one-of-a-kind projects, MD Photography does it. Check out MD Photography on Facebook or give her a call at 582-1586. That's MD Photography, 582-1586. MD Photography, catching your athletes in action.
And the Badgers will inbound down in front of their own bench. Lumberjacks charged up to show like they were going to put on some pressure, and then they backed out pretty quickly. Badgers bringing down a cross. Hiddle has it for Bonners. Kicks it down to the corner to Saban. Saban drives, bounce pass, nice ball movement. Kicks it into number 23, I believe. That was Pluid. He puts it up and good. Lumberjacks back the other way, 18-11. St. Mary's up by 7. Buell has it, kicks it into Dan Howard. Howard, nice movement, gets fouled. Draws a foul from Saban as a head fake from Howard gets Saban to come in and foul him. Howard shooting right around 47% from the charity stripe, not having the strongest showing from the free throw line yet this season, but he did shoot pretty good from the free throw line against Grangeville. He makes the first one, score 19-11. St. Mary's is up with 3:32 to go in the first half, I should say. Next shot on the way, that one is going to fall through as well. 20-11, St. Mary's showing a press. Now they back out. I forgot to mention that freshman Eli Gibson has entered the game for St. Mary's. Lots of depth on this team this year. Drive to the basket, no good by Pluid, and the rebound taken by Gibson, and Eli Gibson drives the whole floor, takes it to the hoop and puts it up and in. 22-11, St. Mary's up with 3:06 to go in the first half. Badgers working from down low. Shot is up, no good. Ball is tipped around. Howard comes away with the rebound. Lumberjacks pushing it down the floor. They find Glover Buell underneath. Head fake, and it's up and good. Give the assist to Jackson Pritchard. Glover with 6 points in the game, 4 rebounds as well. 24-11, St. Mary's up by 13. Badgers get the pass down inside to Bateman. Stifling defense creates a turnover. I'm going to give Glover Buell the steal. And the Lumberjacks quickly back down the other way. Little stutter step by Eli Gibson. Eli Gibson steps just inside the three-point range. Shot up and good by Gibson. 4 points for the freshman, 2 for 2 from the field. Back the other way, Chris Saban looking for some room for the Badgers. Can't find none. Kicks it down to the corner to Pluid. Pluid back to the top. Now into the hands of Bell. Bell doing some fancy footwork. Drives down along the blocks. Gets smothered. Now kicks it back out. Lumberjacks do not allow you to get inside very much with their defense. Mikey Bassett going to get called for a foul. That is foul number 6 against the Lumberjacks. 6 fouls in the first half. That's okay. That puts them on average for about 12 in the game. So if they can stay at 12, that would be excellent. Badgers going to inbound from underneath. Kick to the top of the key to Hiddle. Hiddle down inside to Bateman. Bateman takes it back to the top. Now back to Bateman. He drives and dishes it out to Bateman at the free throw line. Bateman puts it up and good. That's Brady Bateman. Now St. Mary's back the other way, 13 points up, 26-13 the score. Pritchard looking for room, finds Duffield over to the far side. Duffield drives, tries a little finger shot. Nice touch, but it can't get it to go. And the rebound back to Bonners. Driving was number 12, Hill. He gets the shot blocked by Glover Buell. And finally the shot up and in as Saban had the rebound, and he put it up and good. Now the Lumberjacks back on offense. Pritchard finds Buell. Buell for 3. Can get the shot to go. The rebound went to Duffield. Duffield put it back up, but it wasn't. They waved it off, and they called a foul against Saban. His second, team 6. Lumberjacks inbound from underneath. Duffield out to Gibson, back to Pritchard. Pritchard back to Gibson. Gibson top of the key, looking for room. Kicks it to Bassett down in the corner. Now back to Pritchard. Pritchard, long step back 3, no good. And the rebound to the Badgers actually goes out of bounds off of St. Mary's. .46 seconds to go in the half. St. Mary's up 26-15. Hiddle getting some explanation on something from the ref. A inbound pass comes in, back to Hiddle. Hiddle's going to control it down for the Badgers. He brings it up, kicks it to the corner, or the wing on the right side. Then he went to the top, now back to the corner, now back to the free throw line. Into the hands of Saban. Now here to the near side to Bateman. Bateman to Saban. Saban working from the corner, double teamed. Kicks it out to Bateman, Seth Bateman. And the Lumberjacks just being stingy on defense. And they lose the ball. St. Mary's almost comes away with it. And now diving in there trying to tie the ball up is Glover Buell. And Glover Buell will be called for his first foul. Glover tried to get in there and tie it up and get the jump ball, but instead he gets his first foul of the game. That is foul number 7, so that should send Brady Bateman to the free throw line. It'll be his first trip there. First trip there for the Badgers in general. Dan Howard's going to check into the game as Eli Gibson comes out. 12 seconds to go in the first period. Waiting for the first free throw from Bateman. It's on the way. It is good. Front end of the 1-and-1. Drop through. First free throw from the Badgers. It went in, actually. It's not their first trip to the free throw line. They are 1 for 3 from the charity stripe. Next one on the way. That one is no good. Dan Howard tracks down the rebound. Kicks it out to Pritchard. Pritchard drives down the field, down the court. He reverses to the top, gets an open look. 3 ball on the way. It's just off the iron. Rebound went to the Badgers, but they could not do anything with it before the buzzer sounds. 26-16, St. Mary's up at the half. We'll take a 3-minute break and come back with a look at the halftime numbers.
Winter is in full force, and Timber Country and the Country Fair invite you in out of the cold to check out their winter sale deals. Need some new winter boots or gloves? How does 20% off sound? Maybe a new jacket. 40 or 50% off sounds great. Those deals and more at Timber Country and Country Fair on Main Street in St. Mary's. There's more than clothes as well. Sports apparel, hunting gear, toys, sleds, and more at Timber Country and the Country Fair in St. Mary's. Stop by today. Winter is in full force, and Timber Country and the Country Fair invite you in out of the cold to check out their winter sale deals. Need some new winter boots or gloves? How does 20% off sound? Maybe a new jacket. 40 or 50% off sounds great. Those deals and more at Timber Country and Country Fair on Main Street in St. Mary's. There's more than clothes as well. Sports apparel, hunting gear, toys, sleds, and more at Timber Country and the Country Fair in St. Mary's. Stop by today.
Here are some simple instructions on how to get a tax pro to prepare and file your 1040EZ completely free. Go to an H&R Block office and say, I'd like you to prepare and file my 1040EZ for free. Or make an appointment at hrblock.com. That's it. No more instructions needed. Pro Tax Prep for free. Get your taxes won.
Return must be filed January 5th, 2018 to February 28th, 2018 at participating offices. Additional fees apply for EITC and other additional forms for state and local returns and if you select other products and services. OPTP number B13696.
Unleash your colors today with a School Spirit debit card from P1FCU. Our cards are back and better than ever with a bright design that will make you proud to represent your school. P1FCU has joined the mascot madness, and you can too, no matter who you cheer for. Stop by to sign up for your new exclusive School Spirit Debit MasterCard or visit us online at p1fcu.org for more information. There is no us without you at P1FCU, federally insured by NCUA.
Archie's IGA is not only a proud supporter of Lumberjack sports, but a proud supporter of the St. Mary's community and shopping locally. When you shop local, you help businesses support other local businesses, as well as helping your local businesses to provide jobs. Did you know that local business taxes help maintain communities and counties by fixing roads and maintaining recreational facilities? Local business owners invest in the community and have a vested interest in the future of our community. So won't you help Archie's IGA by supporting your local businesses and shop locally? Oh yeah, and let's not forget those lumberjacks.
Tired of the same old thing for dinner? Want something different without having to clean up afterwards? Stop by Cabin City Q Smokehouse in St. Mary's for some of the best barbecue around. Cabin City Q has the biggest, tastiest hamburgers around, as well as smoked chicken, brisket, ribs, and prime rib on Fridays. Cabin City Q also has a terrific salad bar. Cabin City Q also serves breakfast. That's Cabin City Q, located at 2242 West Idaho Avenue in St. Mary's. Give them a call at 208-245-0785 or stop by today. That's Cabin City Q Smokehouse in St. Mary's.
And we are back, and it is halftime here at Lumberjack Gymnasium. You're listening to Lumberjack Basketball presented by Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union. P1FCU is calling all 2018 high school graduates. P1FCU scholarship applications are now available at www.p1fcu.org/scholarship. Check out the eligibility requirements and start gathering your materials. P1FCU, happy to invest in our youth. Taking a look at the Badgers, here is a team in the first half. They were 7 of 26 from the floor for just 27%, 6 of 18 from two-point range for 33%, and 1 of 8 from three-point range for 12.5%, and just 1 of 4 from the charity stripe, shooting just 25% from the free throw line. They did have 16 rebounds, and they turned the ball over just 5 times and committed 6 fouls. Individually for the Badgers, Saban finished the first half with 5 points and 2 fouls. And let's see here. Seth Bateman had 4 points with 1 personal foul. Hiddle had 2 points with a foul. Pluid had 2 points with 2 fouls. And Bateman had 2 points. Brady Bateman had 2 points, 3 points with a foul. No fouls committed. So that is a look at the scoring for the Badgers, minimal scoring for the Badgers, as they trail by 10 right now, 26-16. For the Lumberjacks, they shot 34% from the floor, 10 of 29. From two-point range, they were 8 of 18 for 44%, and they were just 2 of 11 from three-point range for 18%. They shot 66, almost 67% from the free throw line, as they hit 4 of 6 from the charity stripe. And Lumberjacks are averaging right around 1 point per shot, so really not a bad number. That means they're getting points at least from almost every shot they take. Lumberjacks had 21 rebounds with 3 assists, 4 steals. They also had 1 block shot and turned the ball over just 3 times in the first half. They committed 7 fouls, which isn't bad. At least from 21 fouls to 14 or to 7 fouls in the first period is not too bad at all. Individually, nobody in double digits for the first half for the Lumberjacks. Glover Buell had 6, Jackson Pritchard had 6, Eli Gibson with 4, Kevin Duffield with 4, Corey Sands with 4, and Dan Howard with 2. Howard also had 4 rebounds, and Kevin Duffield had 4 rebounds as well. St. Mary's with 16 defensive boards and 5 offensive rebounds. And that is pretty much all the stats that are pertinent for the first half. So we'll go ahead and take a 2-minute